All right, what's up, folks? Welcome to Foreign and Domestic. It is good to be here. It's been a couple of weeks. We had Easter weekend, and then I got back last weekend from Tennessee and Georgia trip, and I was beat. So that's why we weren't here last weekend. But with that being said, good to be here. Good to see everyone popping in the side chat. With that being said, Alan, please start us off right, brother.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Awesome. How are you doing, man?
And I'm not doing too bad. I am not doing too bad. Had a good weekend so far, and didn't get out to the range or anything like that, but did go out on a really nice evening last night. Had a great time. Had some phenomenal food, and it's been a good weekend.
Awesome, man. Good to hear. I know you weren't feeling too good there last weekend, so I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah. Occasionally, old guy, and every now and then you just got to shut down. It just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Jamie, what's happening, brother?
Oh man, thanks for having me. Good to see everybody out tonight, and hopefully some more folks will show up. Maybe Bama Dad will show up here in a little while. If he don't, I'll call him if y'all want me to. But yeah, it's been a good weekend, man. Good service at church this morning. Not too bad yesterday working in the yard wise. I didn't kill myself, and weekends will prove one valuable lesson to everybody, and that lesson is that work sucks, man.
It does suck, that is for sure. And we got the weekends. The problem with the weekends are technically the weekends. You're supposed to go out, mow your yard, do this, do that. You're supposed to be at home freaking relaxing, not freaking working on top of work.
You just work for free on the weekends, or you pay to do the work.
Right. Basically, yeah. It's ridiculous, dude. We're Ohio is one of those states where it's so messed up. 1 minute it can be perfectly dry, next second it's pouring rain, next second you got snow and ice. And my yard is horrible for whenever it rains. It just swallows it all up, and it's a nightmare. So, like this weekend, I planned on going out and maybe mowing, but no, between the various days of rain that we did have and deciding what it wanted to do, couldn't decide what it wanted to do. Yeah, no, there was no way I was mowing. Rob, how you doing, man?
Doing all right. Had a fairly busy week with work and whatnot, working at home and for myself, like you were just talking about. But honestly, not bad. I kind of enjoyed it. We had 70, 80 some odd degree days, like first of the year. So that felt great. I mean, you just didn't want to be inside. So yeah, you're happy to be out doing anything kind of. So that was nice. Got an oil change done, which I've been slacking on here lately, and knocked that out. And basically pretty content, happy with my list of stuff, whether that's work or personal. Been knocking a lot of stuff out, so doing well. Dodging the landmines, trying to keep up with all the shows Jamie's on, because he's the guy to watch. You know what I mean?
He's a busy man. He's a busy man.
Yeah. Been doing all right.
Yeah, it's a nice day here, Rob. You should be here, man. It's breezy, 65 degrees. I'm talking about Chamber of Commerce type weather.
All right. Not too bad. It's definitely better than 40s and raining. So,
So how are
so
how's that how's the new mayor doing out there? I know that the taxes are going through the roof.
I assume you're speaking in New York City. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, I don't pay a whole lot of attention. I know it's all going to shit due to articles
Oh,
and
he's been
from what I hear,
claiming
but
that they're going to open all these stores and all the rest of it that are going to be easier and cheaper for people, and said the first one would be open within a year, and then not 10 minutes later, oh no, it'll be 2 years before we get that one open.
yeah, they had one open, but there's nothing there but empty shelves. So, I don't know. I think it was more of like a PR thing where people went to check it out. Now everything's gone, and there's a couple things here or there. So,
Probably.
lots of complaints, all that stuff. Obviously, wanting to tax the rich now,
Oh,
kind of double tax the rich.
he's up in taxes
Yeah.
on everybody.
Oh yeah, yeah. And now, like, one of the things a lot of people are upset with, and any of the homes around New York City, like even if you got rats and roaches, they're close to 750,000, if not more. It's like an average house around the city for state, when you're speaking of the boroughs and stuff. So anybody with a house that has that equivalent, if say, they die, want to pass the house off or to family members, now it's going to cost you, like, I think it was 200 or 350K in taxes you're going to have to pay to get it transferred to you now from the state. So I mean, it's just like they're just, I don't know, robbing everybody's leaving. All the companies, Wall Street's even leaving. So
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
if you guys
no,
heard about that. Yeah, like everybody's
he,
leaving.
he's
So
he's literally
like,
robbing.
so,
He's
I don't
literally
know how
robbing
this shit's gonna
everyone.
work.
The
Yeah,
old saying, the old saying of robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's exactly what he's doing.
uh, and then everything's going to try to get kicked to the state. Well, state's not going to be able to afford it if everybody's leaving New York City too. All the big companies and Wall Street and stuff. Like we can't pay more taxes, so all our bills are already going up because of the bullshit in the city. So plus utility costs. I mean, everything's just crazy here. So I don't know what the hell they're going to do, because I have a strong feeling upstate, everywhere but the city, is going to revolt like a son of a bitch when they try forcing us to pay for all this shit to drag the city out of it. So, because I honestly, I don't think a lot of people can afford to pay for it. So, it's kind of tight times for a lot of people around here.
The people can't, but what are they going to do? Because they've already given over their information. So if they're going to work, they're already paying it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it depends on the lifestyle. The average lifestyle, the one that's considered common, they already got you by the balls per se. So there's not much you can do. They, there's other ways to get through things, but it's most people aren't cut out to be that different.
Right. No, especially in New York, there's people are not designed that way. They're designed a certain way, and they got what they wanted, and now they got to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty shitty. I mean, well, the whole thing's shitty. I think it's shitty as a whole, but yeah, so it's crazy. I'm just glad I don't have to deal with that directly on a daily basis. So, 'cause I'd lose my shit. I mean, I've already had a strike against the city for years just because, well, to be honest, I'm a cheap son of a bitch. I've been there, I don't know how many times. I've stayed there. Uh, I just don't see the point. Like, they keep raising prices. Parking's a bitch. You can park in like Jersey or Hoboken, take the train. They overcharge you for the train. That's a pain in the ass. In the city, just to get in the city, you're paying the tolls to get across the bridge, which is ridiculous. Then if you want to park anywhere, that's freaking ridiculous. And shit, even a soda in the city is just ridiculous. Everything's just crazy price. Like I don't see the draw. If you've been there, it's a great place to go visit, but that's about it. You know, now it's probably not even that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know if I could agree with the statement. It's a great place to go visit. I mean,
I mean, there's a lot of cool shit if you've never seen it or stuff in the movies, whatever. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say, you know, don't go, but I would, you know, be careful.
You're over here saying, you know, everything's so bad. This costs this costs that. You know, a Coke costs you X, Y, Z. And
Oh yeah, but
come visit because it's a great place to visit.
well, I'm just saying, you know, everybody's got a bucket list. If it's on your list, I would say, you know, check it out. Expect to spend money and maybe be a little sketched out, but don't be a dumbass. Stay in the touristy areas. You'll be okay. You know?
Yeah, it's sort of like going to a Disneyland. It costs a lot of money just to even be in there. Everything is ridiculously over expensive. There's litter and homeless living on the streets. And yeah, a lot like San Francisco. You know, it's just filthy, disgusting. There's entirely too many people there, and it costs way too much just to be there.
Yep, but you might want to say I've been there. You know, I will say like Museum of Natural History is not bad. You know, something like that depends on your taste. They one time there was what I think the largest or second largest arcade in the world. That place was pretty cool. Not cheap, but pretty cool. But I mean, there's some stuff. The Metropolitan Museum of Art. Maybe you like that. I mean, you know, if you do it like a school field trip and get the hell out, you'll probably be fine.
Yeah,
Have a good experience.
I've been to New York State once. I wasn't there very long. And I got the hell out, and I've never been back since, and I have no desire to go back.
Well, upstate's a bit better, I will say. It's not, you know, it's a different world, but it is what it isn't. It is as far as a city, but you know, legally we still got.
I mean, if you've never been on Times Square ever, it's an experience all on its own, and you're not going to experience that anywhere else in the world.
No, I can see that. I mean, there's definitely lots of places there that people would probably want to go see. I can see that.
It's like going up the Statue of Liberty or something. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but depending on when you go, if it's summer and all nice and shit, you got to take a ferry to get over there. You might be standing there for 3-4 hours, and then you're going up, and it's cool on the way up. Hopefully, I don't ruin it for anybody. But by the time you get up there, which is a crown because they don't let you in torching or whatever, but haven't for years, whatnot. But time you get up there, you know, there's like literally thousands of people behind you, and you're on this little rinky-dinky staircase, little metal spiral case. It gets up on the top. You got like a 10-foot section, maybe you can walk by those little windows, and then it's right back down. So, you know, is it worth it? To say you did it, but other than that, it's, you know, I'd watch a video and save yourself a lot of time and energy.
Well, a lot of money.
The view's not great from up there.
I can't wait to plan my trip to New York City.
That'd be an experience. So somebody's going to take a wrong turn. Somebody's going to have to piss, and you're not going to be able to find a spot. It's always an experience. It's an adventure.
No, and I get stuff like that. Like back home, we got the Wallace Monument and stuff like that, and it's cool to go see those things and do that for sure. Um, but yeah, fuck New York.
Oh, this is kind of like, I got friends in Florida that live near the beach, but yet they never go to the beach. You know what I mean? Because to them, it's just normal shit there. And they don't want to
Right.
go burn up on the beach. Only tourists do that shit. They'll go if family wants them to go or we show up or something. But they hide in the house in AC all day, even though they live next to the beach.
I mean, can you technically blame them? AC versus,
Yeah.
sweating your ass
Yeah.
off.
It's kind of the same thing with like Times Square to a New Yorker. Like they'll go if they want to be nice to you, but they don't want to go.
Right.
I get it. Like we got family coming over, so I got to take them to the beach, or I got to take them to Times Square, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
no, I
thing.
get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, like, whenever my brother comes over here and he's planning on it at some point, whenever he comes over here, I'm sure they're gonna, the boys are gonna want to go see whatever and all the rest of it. And so that'll be, Uncle's job to drive everyone around and take them all these kinds of places and shit. But I'm not looking forward to it.
I think of it like if you've never taken a cab ride in Tijuana, Mexico, this is something that you might want to do. If you live through it, it's an experience like you'll never have anywhere else.
yeah,
If
badge
you live
of
through
honor, right?
Yeah, you'll have something to talk about later, a story to remember. I've got a few of those from New York City.
Yeah, like one time at band camp.
Oh, the whole no place to go, stuck in traffic. I can remember going as kids, teenagers, legally not even able to drive in the city because you're supposed to be 21, but that's a whole nother aspect part of the story. But stuck on the Tappan Zee Bridge. My friend had to go so bad. We're in a car with two chicks. He ended up just opening the door and trying to pee in a bottle, and then traffic moves a little bit, and I moved the car up on him. It was funny as hell. And he's just trying to keep up to the door, trying to get in a bottle. You got people right next to him just looking like, oh my God. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens. So what are you going to do, Like, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of stuff.
I can't believe nobody got my movie.
Yeah,
reference.
nobody got hurt with that or anything. Sure, it was just all amusement and embarrassment.
I can see that. I got stories, but I would choose not to repeat them here.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking myself, like,
Hell, Slacker,
yeah,
I
without
got
the
married in
full.
Reno. Slacker, I got married in Reno at least once.
Maybe twice.
Without full context, some stories just don't really hit the same. So, yeah.
Oh, I think he's asking for more context there, Alan.
Well,
no, I don't need to know nothing about that.
Nobody wants to know any more about that. I mean, it's a disastrous story. I don't want to bring down the chat.
There's even the chat's asking. Be careful what you wish for there, Slacker.
Yeah, Edward, we all have our stories, and that's part of it, man. A lot of people they'll spend tons and tons of money and set out all these itineraries of what they're going to do, when they're going to do it, and how they're going to do it when they go out on vacation, and it's almost more work than it's worth. I don't understand when this word vacation anymore, but back in the day, this was the thing. To me, it's more about the experiences than
Well,
anything,
and like
anything else.
when I've come out to Iowa, I hang out with you. Obviously, I hang out with Brenda and Tack, and Brenda will sometimes be like, "Oh, I feel so bad because we're not doing anything." I'm like, Brenda, I'm on vacation. I don't give a fuck. I'm perfectly fine sitting here relaxing, chilling with you. I am perfectly fine doing that. It's vacation.
I strive on a regular basis to do nothing, and we are accomplishing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on vacation. I'm not trying to do anything unless I really have to. I'm really not trying to. We had a really good time out in Tennessee and Georgia here. The past week. It was a really good time out there. Good meeting some different folks. And I had a lot of fun out in the range with folks. And Jamie picked up a new gun. I got a new gun. So yeah, pretty cool. Good week.
Yeah, I've never understood those structured vacations where you got an itinerary and everybody's got to meet here and do this and do that. Like, man, that seems more like work to me. I don't even like 100% narrowing down a place. You just kind of get in the car and end up where you end up or whatever it may be. It kind of sucks. It's like you got a whole nother level of pressure and it's supposed to be vacation. So people do that a lot, I think, with kid trips. They try to plan so much, that
Right.
some ways it kills the trips. Like kids are sleeping half the time, they're irritated because it's just nonstop, boom, boom, boom. That's no fun. It's really not. I don't know. I guess some people like that. I personally just like to play it by ear.
Let's address this comment by Ozzy. Vacation, I think, by definition, has an end. And I know retirement has an end too, but it's not the same.
Yeah, and I've known quite a few people that have retired and gone right back to work again.
I was going to say that too. I was going to say that's debatable because a lot of people retire and then something changes and then they start doing calculations and they say shit. They go back to work. So hopefully that's not the case of anybody here, but it does happen.
So calculations, what do you mean by calculations? When you start looking at the honey-do list and 3 minutes into retirement, you go, man, she's got entirely too much for me to do. I'm going to be busy the rest of my life. I might as well be going out and making money doing that.
Right. You start making time assessments and peace of mind values and maybe you just go volunteer somewhere. I think that's why a lot of guys got into hunting to begin with, right? Hunting and fishing. So, a buddy of mine, he never gets a damn thing, but he's always out there sleeping under a tree.
Dude, it's just nice to be out in nature. out there and doing nothing, not technically doing nothing, but you're out there enjoying the fresh air and, the trees, the sunlight, whatever. I'm not a big fan of sunlight. Y'all know I burn like a motherfucker, so I'm not a huge fan of sunlight, but it's nice to be out there,
Fire. Yeah. Well, I just think it's ironic, as soon as they got 2 kids at home and a bitching wife, and then it's time to go hunting. So time to go fishing, time to go bowling. They got to get some kind of thing to get the hell out of the house. So I just thought, I think it's fine. That's all.
I think most of y'all know I've been contemplating retirement and trying to figure it out and when exactly. And as I watch, the levels of income versus work and retirement, and I start seeing this honeydew list that wife is going to expect me to accomplish in somewhat of a reasonable time frame, and the pay for doing that, which will be, an expense, right? Not income. And as I contemplate all these things, more and more and more and more, I'm thinking about taking up golf again.
Yep, that's exactly what I mean.
And buying a boat, let's go fishing.
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe a small one. Don't get crazy.
A small one, yeah.
Boats get crazy.
I'm talking like a 16-foot John boat with like a 25, 40 horsepower motor, good trolling motor, nice open space inside.
There you go.
I've when I'm at work, I basically start YouTube and then it goes throughout the day, and rarely do I get so disgusted that I have to go find something else to watch. But one of the things that keeps popping up is these guys that are catfishing. One of them is kayak catfish or catfishing for money. This guy actually goes around with his kayak and fishes in these catfishing tournaments. And yeah, man, that looks like fun. Then there's this guy called Catfish Dave. He's got a boat kind of like what I'm telling you about. And these guys dragging these catfish are longer than a yardstick. I'm talking about 40 to 45 inches, weighing anywhere from 15 to 45 pounds. And, I don't know how y'all feel about eating catfish, but in the South, that's pretty much a delicacy, as the crazy Scotsman will attest. They think a lot of catfish and hush puppies and French fries around here.
Catfish is good, man. I got no problem with catfish.
It is. But then the other day, I saw a guy from Orange Beach, Alabama, and he rides out to one of these natural gas rigs out in the Gulf of Mexico, and he's got these little sand crabs in a net in a bucket, kind of like what it's a little bit bigger, but it's the same basic concept as a cricket bucket here in the South. We use crickets to catch trout here, but this guy was, and it was just the right time of year. They were spawning or whatever they do, but he went out there and caught, the limit is 8. He had like 10 crabs and caught 7. And I mean, as quick as before the thing would hit the bottom. Of course, it's going to take a long time for it to hit the bottom way out there in the Gulf. But I mean, he caught sheepheads, and it was one of them catch, clean, and cook kind of things. And man, those things looked awesome when he got them cooked. Big flaky white white meat, and he said it was mild. Hagen, you mean noodling, don't you, Ozzy? We got girls down here that go walking around and they'll find a catfish hole and they'll actually go down there and they'll take their fist like this and run it through the gills of a catfish, and they got to pull their arm up and this catfish is hanging off their arm and it's tearing them up, man. I mean, when they get that fish off of that arm, man, they're tore all to pieces. Most men will go down there noodling and they'll grab the fish by the mouth or by the gill plates and pick it up like that, and it's still got its tail in the water. But catfishing is a thing down here.
Them girls are nothing to mess with, man.
No, you look at you look at Hannah Barron. Hannah Barron's probably a prime example of what Jamie's talking about, dude. She'll go out there and sure enough, right up in the freaking gills, man. That gal's something else, dude.
It's all fun and games till you're missing half your hand.
Yeah, because what you think is a catfish is not a catfish.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy named Jerry Reed's had a record out in the late 60s, early 70s called Amos Moses. Amos Moses said he could trap the biggest, meanest alligators and only use one hand because the left arm was gone clear up to the elbow. So think about that mess. And yeah, fishing's fun. What's going on, Walter? So yeah, man, fishing might be fun to do a little bit, and I think I could get my wife to actually go out in the boat for a little while anyway. I'm not saying she'll bait a hook, and I know she wouldn't take a fish off the hook if we caught anything. But
no, she might cook it for you, but that's probably about it.
Well, after I got it clean,
right?
She ain't cleaning no fish, man. You know her better.
No, I know she ain't. She's gonna tell you get it done, and then here I'll cook it.
Yeah.
Well, what did Jamie marry a city girl or something?
He's got himself a firecracker, man.
Let's say she's a small town Southern girl. That's probably the best way to put it.
She's a firecracker. She keeps Jamie in line. Put it that way.
Because I need to be kept in line. Left to my own devices, I don't think any of you guys would like me. Who knows? Maybe you'd like me more. I don't know.
It might work better. Who knows?
But
how's you? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Rob, we celebrated our 23rd anniversary on April the 4th.
Nice.
Can you imagine a woman putting up with me that long?
24 years? Yeah. Yeah, that's, I don't know, man. You guys must be right for each other. Not much you can say besides that. No divorce or nobody killed anybody, so it's got to be good.
There's our buddy Mac, man. Sometimes I think we just tolerate each other. You know what I mean?
better not saying nothing.
Right.
Yeah. I just had 21 years with the lady the other day myself, so kind of crazy. I think we're not married, but our relationship has lasted statistically longer than the average marriage, or a couple average marriages. So I don't know. But see, I think the trick was she was my stalker, and I just, was like, okay, so just worked out.
Well, the trick was she didn't get married, because if you get married now, it's probably gonna end up falling apart.
Yeah, it'll be like a curse. I hear all the stories about you married guys, and I just shake my head like, yep, yep. I don't have to deal with that shit. So
Oh,
she's still on temporary status.
Wow. 30 years for Mac, man. That's pretty dang good. Texicans 25. Wow.
you guys are awesome. Mac Man, we've been able to spend time with Mac Man and his wife, and they're great people to be around if you ever get a chance. Mac Man, I understand Gene sent you dates for our get together in North Carolina. Can I talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Go ahead.
Just briefly, we're going to meet up at, we're planning on driving in on Monday. I think it's June the 30th. Let me find the calendar. See if I can find the calendar. You remember when they told you that computers do everything? As a
I remember when they tried to tell me computers were smarter than me, and to this day I don't get that.
Yeah.
These smartphones ain't smart.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do it on my desktop. I think that's the problem. I got my phone over there charging.
I remember back in the day when when I had to learn how to type on a computer, and it was the old green writing on the black screen. And yeah, those were the days. Those computers actually worked.
Let me just get my
Talking
phone.
like that
Dang.
Apple II or something like that.
I don't remember what the hell it was, man. I just remember it was green writing on a black screen, and I was told you can't look at the screen, you just got to type.
You ever play Oregon Trail?
It rings a bell, but I don't think so.
Yeah, it's curious. It's one of the, I don't know, one of the originals or whatever that was pushed through school systems and computer.
I mean, yeah, maybe, but I don't know, dude. That would have been a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. I got my calendar. We're driving in Monday, June 29th, shooting on the 30th and the 1st of July. And then some of us will be going home after the shooting on Wednesday, July the 1st. Some will stay overnight and head home on Thursday the 2nd. So we'll be meeting. Most of us are staying at the Hampton Inn. MacMan, if you find cabins, like we had at over in Tennessee, if you'll let me know where I can find us a cabin, I would be interested in looking for a place where we can all stay on the same premises like over there. It's a great thing. You have more time. You have a cabin and you can cook together and eat together. It really enhances your fellowship time with everybody that's there. But yeah, man, shooting with Mike Hester, the Rebel, and right around Hickory, North Carolina. It's actually called, his shop is in a little town called Vale. And that's where we'll be meeting on Tuesday morning. It's called Bullseye Sporting Goods in Vail, North Carolina. Thanks,
Scotsman going to this?
Scotsman done sucked up all his vacation, man.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I've only got, I think I got 4 or 5 days left of vacation, so I don't want to burn any more because I typically try to keep some for the rest of the year, in case something pops up. And unfortunately, here, a little over a month ago, I had to make an unexpected trip, so that's where I burned the rest of it.
And that right there is why we try to save some days.
well, I figure it'd be a crazy experiment or experience. Like we were talking experiences prior. Yeah, can you imagine being in a cabin with Scotsman? You'd probably have a kilt. Be trying to make you eat haggis. I mean,
Not
it'd
this
just be a
past time, but
freaking nightmare.
not this past time, but the year beforehand, Jamie and all the rest of them had blood pudding.
Oh God.
Not
Yeah,
just that.
I brought blood pudding the time before last.
There ain't
Who
nothing
made it,
wrong
your
with
ex?
blood pudding.
I wished I could remember that stuff.
That's what she said. Ugh.
It puts hairs on your balls. It's good for you, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's like haggis. Haggis is fantastic for you.
They stuff it all in the intestine and stuff. And I mean, it's just
Haggis might be good
Nancy.
for me, but it's absolutely horrible for any septic system I'm around.
yeah. I mean, I get iffy about the casing on sausage sometimes. It's I don't know, man.
Dude, you've ate enough crap. You've put enough crap in your body over the years. Trust me, haggis is good for you, and you'd be much better off eating haggis than half the crap you've probably ate over the fucking years.
Dude, if it was that good, you wouldn't have moved.
Do with real food. My body has no idea what to do with real food. If I eat something that's healthy for me, it's just like, what the hell is this? And it tries to get it out of my system in any direction that it can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they kicked Scotsman out, but would he have voluntarily came here if he loves haggis and bread pudding? I mean, that's not our culture, people. You know this.
When did I bring up bread pudding? I didn't bring up bread pudding. You brought up bread pudding.
Blood pudding. Excuse me. Blood pudding.
Hey, the stuff's good for you. I can still get it here. I can't get proper haggis here. I can get close to the same thing, but not the exact same.
Proper is probably illegal here, right?
But it is illegal here because
how many people die if you do it wrong?
For stupid reasons. It's funny that haggis is illegal here, but they'll shove a million different ingredients and all the rest of the stuff that you eat, and
right,
pump up all the sugar and all the rest of it, and make you sick with all kinds of bullshit. But hey, don't eat something that's healthy for you.
So, Rob, you want to come? Alan, y'all want to come?
Shit, I'd like to, but I probably can't make any trips that I'm aware of anytime soon. So I got to kind of double time things this year.
Come on, dude. You'd love getting together and shoot with about 10.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, how far is it for one? Is it that's the problem with half these things. They're halfway across the country. Is it?
Well, this ain't halfway across the country, but it's more than halfway down from you, man. We'll be in Hickory, North Carolina.
Okay. It's probably 12 plus hours, something like that, maybe. Well, not North Carolina. I don't know. I don't know where it is exactly, where Hickory is in North Carolina, but is it near Raleigh by any chance?
It ain't near nothing, man.
Okay, I was gonna say I got a general time
Right.
frame for that, but
It's about an hour and 15 minutes from Charlotte.
okay. Yeah, I
It'd be
mean,
about
it's
a
possible. I don't
16-hour
know.
trip for me. 15 and a half, maybe 15 and a half hour trip for me.
Now, are you talking 15 and a half in your Beamer?
No, that'd be like 7.5 in the Beamer. But
Yeah, either
currently,
seven or when Hell
I
froze
wouldn't even
over.
make it there, and it's a BMW. I very well might not make it there.
Yeah, that was just a
So
joke.
if y'all can make it, down there, and listen, Alan, MacMan's coming from Phoenix, so if he can do that, you can make it. I'll pick you up at the Atlanta airport, or you can fly into Charlotte, and I'll pick you up. Whatever.
Doesn't MacMan have like a sugar mama? I mean, with a name like that, MacMan's probably got 5 sugar mamas. So there might be a little bit of a difference, you know.
I think it's the other way around.
MacMan does well.
MacMan does pretty well for himself.
So if y'all can make it, I think I might be able to talk Mike the Rebel Hester into serving us liver mush again.
What?
Liver mush.
You know, Oregon.
Yeah, my
man,
schedule
Oregon,
ain't looking so good, man. My schedule.
things that are good for you.
yeah, y'all. It's a regional thing. Yeah,
Oh, man.
Stay there. It doesn't need to come back with me. Nope.
Yeah, so you need to eat it while you're there.
For real, I don't mind liver and onions. I know some people freak out about that, but I don't think it's that bad. It's not something I'd crave, but it's not bad. Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you grind it up and turn it into blood pudding, I'll eat it. But when it comes to liver, I don't like to eat filters. Sorry.
Liver is good if it's cooked right. It's got to be cooked right, though. That's the problem. Like, most people don't know how to cook liver, and it can be very nasty if it's not cooked correctly.
All you guys are invited. All you guys on the panel, all you guys on the side chat, just I'll put my email up in the side chat, and you can email me if you want to come. Ozzy would love to have you, man. He says it's 12 hours for him. It's about 4.5, 5 hours for me.
Yeah, I don't even think I could make the drive itself, honestly, because that drive would be a lot longer than just what Tennessee and Georgia was, and I don't think I could do that, man. I was pretty sore after driving back from Georgia. That one kicked my ass pretty good.
The worst part about that is he had to make that drive on the Sunday of the Masters. Heartbreaking. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I had to watch the highlights after I got home, took a nap, and got up. But next time I come out there, man, we gotta book a tee time at the golf course and go play golf, dude.
All right, I'll work on that. Texarkana, you know the Masters golf tournament, the first major of the year. It's a big deal in the state of Georgia. It's over in Augusta. That's the reason Tread came to shoot with us up in Tennessee. It's about I think he said it was a 6 or 7 hour drive for him. But any of you guys that want to come, you want to fly in, MacMan always flies in and gets a rental car. If you don't want to do that, let us know. We'll arrange picking you up.
Let me address this comment right here. I should have stayed another week. You should have showed up on Thursday, asshole.
He should have showed up on time, man, when he told us he was. But golly, man, how could he load all that stuff up? It was like snowing 18 degrees, snow blowing sideways. I mean, golly. I'm surprised.
If I could have stayed longer, I would have. But, I'm limited, unfortunately, as far as vacation goes. And like I said earlier, I had to unfortunately burn some of it, for an unexpected thing that happened. And, it's not something that I would miss. I had to go take care of that. So it is what it is.
Cussing like that. I'm sorry, Tex. Did I say something I shouldn't have? Oh, I said golf. That is a 4-letter word. Yeah. No, Fuzz, we have not done that, and we need to get on the stick about that, but I'll have to find the scales. Yeah.
I don't care how many thousands of dollars a week it was for you, man. You said you were coming and then you didn't fucking show up. So yeah.
Well, his damn truck broke down in Virginia, man. I didn't tell you about that, did I? He just had it fixed, and he got it to Virginia, and the transmission come undone, and he just had the transmission serviced up in Connecticut. And I pity the fool when he gets back to Connecticut, because he's going to take a $4,800 stripped out Bolt into that dealership, and probably we'll skip what he's going to do with it. But
Yeah.
I promise you there won't be no lubrication on it.
Yeah, Tex, that 4-letter word was what was happening when I left here going towards Tennessee. I got about an hour into the drive and it started coming down. I called the landlord and I'm like, hey, did you by chance take the snow shovel out of your snow brush out of your car? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you might want to put it back in. He's like, why? I'm like, well, I just got past Cleveland and it's fucking snowing.
TJ's fishing and shooting's out there. Good to see him.
We got Skidmark. I'm not sure who Skidmark is, but hello, welcome.
So dang, man, I've been letting all kind of 4-letter words fly tonight. I actually had the gall and distaste to say golf and snow within the same 5-minute period of time.
Well, there's nothing wrong with golf. Anyone out there doesn't like golf, y'all can leave the chat right now.
We ain't got enough folks be running people off like that.
Everybody'd leave. Shit, I'd be out of here.
Well, you like salad, and we still let you in here. So
I like mini golf. I will say that. I'll stand up for mini golf. Mini golf is It's a good time with your kids, your friends, your little competitions.
Oh
It's
no, Tech, another one. Golly.
Dang it, Jamie.
I know, man. That's 3/4 I got to put in Bubba's swear jar.
Ah,
Man, I'm so embarrassed, y'all.
we're gonna have
But
to start
hey,
a GoFundMe.
I know, but Outcast to be my witness. I also said retirement when I said work, so there's got to be some redeeming quality.
You just said it again.
Golly.
he's on a roll tonight. It was kind of a yin yang conversation, but
Yeah, it was.
he's on a roll tonight.
Now, Bo, that's a word you won't catch me saying.
No self-respecting Southerner will ever use that. Dang.
Easy, Julian. I think you'll find that watching that particular sport is very relaxing and can be, it'll help you get a nap. Let's put it that way.
Well, Julian, let's just put it this way: we tormented Kyle and we tormented Angel because every time that Jamie showed up and we made sure the Masters was on. So me and Jamie were the only ones really interested in watching it, and Angel was sitting there trying to act like she was interested, which was funny, but it was cool but funny. But she's trying to act like she's interested. And Kyle, Kyle's just being Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle's doing a lot better. I'm really proud of him, man.
Yeah, he is. All right. With that being said, we're almost halfway through. Alan, you want to go through the side chat, brother?
Well, I suppose I could if YouTube decides to let me, because, well, we all know how that kind of works out. Dwayne out there, yeah, I was going to say hi to Dwayne, and I guess I never hit entered. Edward Petty, Fudd with a gun. Who's that dweeb? Fuzz Fork 8, Macman out there, Ozzy Osbourne, Ricky Skidmark, Tex I Can, and TJ Fishing, Viejo. Good to see everybody out there. Good to see everybody out there.
And Dwayne 7834. And did we call Fuzz T Fork 8?
Well, I wasn't sure if I wanted to admit that Fuzz was here or not.
Well, I'm sorry I blew that for you. Yeah, I will say this about Fuzz's comment. The LPGA tour has changed a lot from the late 80s and the 90s. I will admit that graciously and thankfully, because they had a particular nickname back in those days that was not very pleasant to the participants that weren't of a particular persuasion. But I digress. We'll move on. Keep it moving. Help us out here.
This is what happens when people start talking about golf. Everybody goes to sleep.
He
Well,
said,
I don't know. Is Jamie, can you tell me if Charlie Hall is still married or not? Because dang.
I do not know. Let me look it up.
I mean, yeah, yeah. When you've got women that look like Charlie Hall out in a sport, that does make me want to watch. I'm not gonna lie, it does make me want to watch. There's Paula. Help me out, Jamie. Paula Creamer. Yeah, Charlie stands out, but yeah, there's a number of respective good looking gals in that sport now. For some reason they actually look a little bit like athletes.
What sport?
We can't say it. It's a 4-letter word. I'll be accused of cursing.
I'll cover your quarter.
You got my quarter.
I got your quarter. Yeah, I know. Paige, if you ever watch Paige Sporanic, she's definitely a hottie to watch.
Natalie Gulbis.
What's going on with the Beamer? Any updates?
I do now have the EKPM. Had to bring that in from Germany. Not that I couldn't get one in the States, but I wanted to get like an actual BMW one, not some other brand. Had to bring that in from Germany. I now have the software and the cable to program it, and I just need to get off my lazy ass and install it.
Some progress. Good.
Just so everyone's clear, when he says his lazy ass, he's typically working 60, 70-hour weeks. So, yeah, his lazy ass needs to get off of it and go install that.
Yeah, when they hired me and they told me this was going to be a 60-hour a week job, I told them, what, part-time? Why? Yeah, I actually took Monday off of last week, and I still ended up almost 70 hours this past week. Just, it is what it is.
Yeah, I haven't done the Beamer yet. I've ridden in many Beamers, but I've never bought one yet.
I've never actually ridden a BMW motorcycle. That to me sounds phenomenal. I've never actually ridden one. I've seen a lot of really, really, really good looking BMW motorcycles over the years. Never been on one. It would take a lot to get me onto a street bike anymore, like a lot. But I would be very, very, very well tempted to to jump onto a BMW motorcycle.
Wow. Walter's got over 500,000 miles, dude. Dang.
He was closing in on 1 million before he gave it up.
Dang, man. No, they do have some really nice motorcycles, and that would be something maybe down the road I'd be interested in, but not right now.
I'm thinking, well, I done told y'all I've decided I'm getting rid of my Harley.
Oh, hold on. That's just the Beamers. So he's got many more miles on top of that. Okay. Wow. It's crazy, man.
Time for that Honda, Jamie.
Do what?
Time for that Honda yet?
I had a Honda, then a Kawasaki, then a Harley, and now I'm done.
Figure you drop back to the Goldwing, just Cadillac the road.
No, man. Yeah, I don't need biking anymore. The Walter's accident opened my eyes, and then wife's wreck earlier this year. Yeah, that happened to me on my motorcycle. I wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah. Well, everything in life's a chance, but
and
to
it
each
ain't
their
like,
own.
right, and it ain't like I'm afraid of dying or anything like that. When you're talking about accidents like that, you're afraid of not dying.
Yeah. The last few days around here, lots of bikes have been out, and honestly, shit, I almost feel like a Karen, which is it's just kind of crazy. But I love bikes. I've owned bikes, ride bikes, but people are just riding them like dicks around here. Like just straight up, like cutting people off. They're coming into head-on traffic, like all types of stupid shit.
Yeah,
There's just no sense to it anymore. You know what I mean?
You got to be real careful. They're, I see, and I don't know why these videos keep popping up, but I keep seeing videos where you see these fucking motorcyclists that fucking cutting through the lanes and shit like that.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah.
Don't
Like coming up like 160 just blowing by, or you'll be in the street in town and they'll zip by you doing like 80. There'll be 3 of them. So by the time you look, you're just like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, they come up on the lights, act like they're gonna take a left, and then cut in front of everybody, take a right. Like just kind of dumb shit that pisses people. It's gonna give people a bad taste. Like,
well,
bike.
someone's gonna get hurt, and they're gonna sit there and crying because they go, "Oh well, you hit me." No, you fucking ran in front of me.
Well, if you weren't driving like a jackass, popping through 3 lanes here, you know what I mean? As we're all coming to a stoplight, fuck, it wouldn't be a problem. But these people are. I think city bikers are ruining the bike scene, man. Like, and I am one, or was. I don't currently have a bike, but there's, a lot of people are just being jackasses. Like, you should get hit. You should get hit.
You should. Absolutely, 100%. You should. But like Jamie said, man, it's, people just ain't paying attention on the roads anymore. And it's not worth it to be out there, potentially risking everything. Jamie said it many times in the last couple months, and I think I've said it here or there too. But Now is the time to be spending time with people and getting as much time as you can with people you care about, and don't let that time go to waste, man.
I think the worst thing I've seen bikers do is what they call white lining. Is going down those dashed white lines between rows of traffic, and they're running 80, 100 miles an hour, and people are in traffic stopped, and we can't, hopefully nobody opens a car door.
Lane splitting, I think is what they refer to it, at least in the East, I think, which a lot of places it's illegal. Some places it is. People do it everywhere, though. Personally, I don't have a problem if you do it respectful. I think, like anything, it's how you go about shit. But yeah, if you're zipping by people and, slapping people's cars and all this stupid shit because you're driving like an asshole, surprising everybody, that's where karma should get your ass, personally. I think, there's ways of doing things, but at least from what I see, a lot of people are just straight disrespectful. They got an entitlement attitude, and it's like,
Oh yeah, they
they're
think
trying to be the big dog barking at everybody on the road.
yeah
One of these days, little grandma's gonna be like, "Fuck you," and boom, and you're gonna become a speed bump. You piss off the wrong person. I mean, shit, you catch me on the wrong day. Well, I didn't say that live, but I'm just saying. I guess I did, but like, yo, this shit needs
you did.
Like, people need to get their ass in check, man, because this is getting a little crazy. Like, and I'm on the biker side, like a good, like normal biker side. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
shit.
no,
But this
and the thing of
this
it
is
is,
getting ridiculous.
the thing of it is, so long as they're respectful of the road, I'm fine with bikers, dude. Absolutely, 100% fine with bikers. It's the ones like this that decide to do asshole dumb shit and fucking fly around and cut people off and swing by traffic and cause all kinds of problems, and then start cussing out other people because they fucked up.
Yeah,
Like,
they're a
no,
nuisance on the
that's
damn road, like an aggressive nuisance. Time and place, that's just
good.
crank.
I've seen so many people speeding over the last, I don't know, probably the last couple months. I've gone all over the country here the last couple months, and I've seen so many people speeding back and forth. And you got to sit there and go, why? How is that 30 seconds that you may save gonna help you, really? Or potentially kill you or kill someone else. But you want to try and make that extra 30 seconds or save that minute or whatever it is you're trying to save. It's not doing you any good.
Yeah, man, the roads are getting crazy.
You gotta take a step back and look at it and say, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? We're bringing the fucking chat down. We need to bring the chat back up.
Well, I can't believe Walter's sitting here telling us that that's legal in California, but we all know how they treat gun people.
Right. Right. There's tracks. Exactly. There's tracks. If you want to go out and race, go to a fucking track. Exactly. 100%.
I recommend Barber.
Or at least a back road or something. I mean, come on. Growing up, we all had our spots, but it wasn't right downtown. You know what I mean? That's the difference. Where now it's like they don't give a shit.
No, they don't care, man. They don't care. Now, like back home, we had some back roads that, you sped up a little bit and, went a little faster, whatever. But you knew the roads, and you knew typically they were fairly empty, so you weren't too worried about it. But you
Yeah.
also
I
knew
mean,
the corners to slow down on and make sure, because some of those roads were almost a one lane road. So yeah, you knew when to slow down and when you could speed up and all the rest of it.
like the guy said, in all reality, the track is the place. There's really no exception. But if we all get that little bit of need for speed, time and place, back roads, late night somewhere, the worst you're going to do is a little property damage and kill yourself. That there's a big difference versus wiping out a family on the way to drop kids off or something. So,
Right.
it's just a little bit of courtesy to shit, I don't know. It's sad that there's no code of conduct for anything now. Everybody's got to ruin every damn thing.
Yeah. No.
Man, you guys take all my fun away. I like to go out there, split lanes, run people off the road, watch them crash behind me as I speed off. That's what I do
Hold
for
on.
entertainment.
Hold on. You sound like a BMW owner.
It sounds like that mayhem guy from the insurance commercial.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Do y'all not hate that guy?
Yeah, those commercials, they can get to, yeah.
Check this out. Barber Motorsports in Birmingham, Alabama. They have this is a Children's of Alabama Grand Prix, Indy Grand Prix. They do car racing there. There's the Moto America motorcycle racing. And this back here, this facility is the museum. They've got everything you can think of in that museum. It's a motorcycle based place, but they also have GT automobile racing, and then they have dirt. That's the vintage Barber's Vintage Festival. They've got motorcycles in that museum from every aspect of. I mean, they've got like 1903 Indians and Harley Davidsons. They've got Harleys from World War II, Indians from World War II. All those, some of those bikes that they set speed records with out in the salt flats, and then they have a speed tour. So it's an all around motorsports park and museum, and they got the dates and the events and listed there. Help you plan your visit about the park. It's basically a museum that includes a racetrack.
That's cool, Jamie. I think, speaking of tracks, I think there's a big, that's a conversation alone, in my opinion. Lots of controversy. So obviously riding quads, dirt bikes, I've been to different places. Everywhere's got different rules, stuff that's required, not required, sound decibel limits, this and that. Same thing with your car. Like, it'd be nice, in my opinion, if there was more places available for the average teenager to take his car out to, and not license or whatever, that you can just run a regular car and have some fun. That isn't necessarily so structured, because I know some of these tracks it's just, it's kind of like bullseye shooting. You're just sitting in a long ass line, and then all of a sudden you get to go and you're done. It's like one of those fair rides. You wait all damn day for 5 minutes of run time or something. I don't know. So I don't know. I think we need a better system with that, because like an example, I've known parking lots where even the local police were cool. They're shut down places on the outside of town. Kids gather there. They do car meets. They'll be doing burnouts, stupid shit, having a good time. It's not a big deal. Nobody bothers. There isn't people around. There isn't homes complaining. Nobody cares, until somebody gets hurt. More areas kind of like that where it doesn't cost a shitload of money, or you gotta have a bunch of equipment. I don't know. Tracks are big on safety, which I understand they probably have to be for liability reasons and stuff, but the culture as a whole, I think, is suffering because of lack of legal places to have fun, personally, that are affordable.
Yeah, and there's plenty of places like I don't see it so much out this way, but back when I lived down towards Columbus, but, you had a racing scene up there, and there's certain spots where, just like you were talking about, parking lots, shit like that, where they can, do burnouts and all the rest of it. There's all kinds of that around. Um, there's nothing wrong with it so long as they're not hurting anybody.
Yeah, in that sense. I don't respect or whatever this whole new takeover culture where you just start burning shit in intersections and doing donuts and big crowds of people with kids and the ex baby's mama and people getting run over and shit. I think that whole thing's a bad setup. But if there was a legal parking lot for something similar to that, it would be less chaos on the street, maybe a little safer. I don't know. I just think it would be better setups. Random cul-de-sacs in the middle of the night with homeowners, getting attacked outside for asking them not to hit their cars, and then they set their cars on fire. So, it's I don't know. There's definitely a problem. I mean, obviously, there's a problem with some of the culture, but there's also, I think, a problem with access where I don't know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I guess when I was a kid, like we bought $500 beaters and played tag, like and nobody went to jail. Some people had their parents' car out on state trails and shit, like stuck on the hood. Don't recommend it, but we had a freaking ball. Nobody ever went to jail. It wasn't like today where you know almost anything. It is a serious freaking ticket. You're going down, but everybody's doing all this shit out right in the middle of downtown. Like I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess just sucks the things have evolved the way it has.
No, and there's options out there, like Pop says, there's car clubs and stuff like that. Hit those up, bike clubs, and there's plenty of options out there, ways to do this kind of stuff. We all like tinkering, like Alan's tinkering on his BMW. I like playing around in the truck, and I do, make various upgrades and all the rest of it. We're just, that's guys. We like playing with cars and going fast.
Yeah, sneaking up on you with no headlights and running into a snowbank at the local grocery store parking lot. Oh, the good old days.
The good old days were, riding out to the local fucking how you call it. Hang on, I lost the word I was looking for. It's there. It's creeping there. Hang on.
Do 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 do
Do,
do
do,
do
do,
do
do.
do 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 do.
What the hell? Hang on. Shit.
Yep, this is what happens when you eat one too many haggises.
Oh.
Are you thinking or on the toilet, bro? Come on.
I'm thinking it's there. Dang it. Sometimes you just get too old for this shit.
That happens to all of us. Just not as often as you, but to all of us.
All right, Rich.
I've shot a lot of guns out of back of my truck. And I will say it's not a fun experience, honestly. But it
No, myself and Bo can raise our hands to this one. We are part of the farm. We are a farmer, so we can attest to that one. That was a good time.
So did you figure it out yet, man? You need some of that ginkgoba or whatever the hell they call it, ginkgoba. You need some fish oil or something.
It'll come to me. It'll probably come to me after the fucking chat.
Yeah, out of nowhere at about 3 a.m.
Yeah, right before I gotta wake up and go to work. Yeah.
You better pop on a real quick live and be like, "Oh yeah, da 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 da." All right, later.
I get up at 04:30, and you typically, something like this, I'll probably wake up an hour or two prior and be like, motherfucker. It'll happen.
Now, Texarkana, that is a cuss word. A multi-syllable flowery curse word, unlike the words that you accused me of saying. So, just for the record, there's pros and then there's amateurs. So,
Well, yeah. In regards to that word you're not supposed to say, I think we've already came to the conclusion that if we combine shooting with one of those, I can't say the word ranges, it wouldn't be that bad. Just get rid of the clubs. Yeah, and it would definitely add to the sport.
I have shot golf balls before at 200 yards, and it's fun, but it's not the same, man. It's not the same.
Well, maybe you're just not good enough. I mean,
I'm pretty damn good. I mean, you can hit
if you mortar a 22 in there, glaze it just right,
you can
pop
shoot a
the
golf
8-ball, and drop it in the pocket, you're good to go, man.
You can shoot a golf ball at 200 yards. That's pretty fucking good, dude. That sucker's pretty fucking small.
But those holes, most of those holes, they're not that far. I mean, I guess some of them are, but you got to get there, and it's not like you stand back and putt it from or strike it with your putter or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying not to use the word. not like you hit it with your club at 200 yards all the time. I mean, come on.
Well, not every hole's the same, dude. That's the beauty of it. They're all different.
Exactly. So now get rid of the clubs, insert a 22 or something comparable. I mean, obviously you don't want to destroy the ball, so yeah. And that would be part of the sport too. You know, do you use a shotgun beanbag round? I don't know. Is there some special golf tee round? Oh shit, I used it. I don't know.
You owe a quarter. You owe a quarter.
Damn it! I was doing so good.
You have to take it out of your salad fund.
But yeah, I mean, we can make it interesting, man. That would be interesting, you know.
I think
a lot of people give the game stick. No pun intended. But they give it a lot of stick. It's actually a really good game, and if you actually take the time and go out there, you'll enjoy it. You really will. It's getting out just in the beauty of nature itself. That is a huge part of the game.
One thing I like about it is the true life lessons that you learn. Meaning that sometimes you do everything exactly right and you still get a bad results. And if that's not true life lessons, I don't know what is.
I will tell you, if you want
Raise
to
a
learn,
couple kids.
if you want to learn a whole new vocabulary, go play on a golf course. You will learn it quick.
That's a fact.
You'll come up with swear words you never even knew existed.
Now, can we get rid of the carts? Say we'll throw in, I don't know, little big wheels like 125 or something.
Well, why don't we just do Beamers? Why don't we just do
club,
Beamers?
And we'll do it kind of like cricket or something, but you get to drive around and whack the ball into the hole. You know what I mean? Like
that's called
jumping
polo.
sand dunes.
Yeah, it's called polo.
We don't want a horse though. We need two strokes. But, want to smell that mixed gas. Rooster tailing out of the sand traps.
It really is hard on your back, though. If you don't have a bad back already, you will. How about TJ for old guys? How about polo on side by sides or 4x4s, 4-wheelers? I think that'd be cool.
Man, that could work. I mean, you could have a bike class and a side-by-side class or something like that, yeah. Or an open where you can ride whatever.
There's CC out there. Good to see you, brother.
Well, I got a gripe on the side-by-sides. I get they're cool for the older people or disabled, but my God, man, those things are like the cost of a freaking new car. Like I don't, is it gonna be like the trucks where guys get them and they become parking lot queens that sit there while they work in a factory? Are they really gonna use these damn things? Because when you go get into off-road shit, if you're really riding, you're beating the hell out of your stuff. I mean, do people really, can they afford to just beat the shit out of $40,000 machines on a regular?
Oh yeah, people run these things around my town all the time. They got 2-seaters, 4-seaters. They've got the full sound system.
Yeah, but that's just it. Putting around towns like a golf course could put around town. Are you tearing shit up, jumping them, like riding it like like you would a sports quad, or are they just putting around town looking cool?
That's another story. I don't. There's a lot of farm guys out here. The land is one thing, but they're not out there rock bashing these things that I'm aware of.
I wouldn't think so. Like a lot of these new trucks, they look good in the parking lot, but you never see any dirt on them.
Yeah, they definitely look like pavement queens for dang sure. And shiny, gleaming. You don't see even dust on them. So yeah, it's entertaining to me to see them running around town in their ridiculously overbuilt off-road side by side. And they're still driving an old beat up Datsun pickup.
It's weird. It's like the new thing, I think. New status thing or something. I don't know. I mean, I guess, I get it. You're older, you want to play around or something, or got physical conditions, but, I don't know. It's just a lot of mass, weight. I mean, I don't know why people are switching from quads to those without having a medical reason, I guess, But that's just me. I don't know. I'm weird, I guess. I don't know, but.
Well, I think what it is because they drive like cars, and you don't actually have to
right. But
know how to
then go drive a car
like
somewhere.
A quad. You can just get in it and drive it like an oversized golf cart.
I get it, but that's where it makes sense. Disabilities, older, still want to go out, hang out, whatever. But I don't know. It just seems like a lot of. I don't know. It's like the normal guy that just prefers the 3-wheel Spider instead of a 2-wheel bike. It just seems like something's wrong.
Have you ever ridden one of those things?
Not the sporty Can-Am type ones, no. So, can't say I have. I've been in some of the other ones, and obviously like the Gators, all that type of shit or whatever. But that's a total different type of thing. So
yeah, that's a different animal. I'm talking about the Can-Am Spider street bikes.
Oh no, I had the opportunity, but I passed because there's a story with it, but no.
Yeah, you were afraid some of your buddies that rode Harleys were going to see you on it, weren't you?
No, I'm sure it's probably fun, yes, but most big boys, take the training wheels off unless there's a reason you can't, then it makes sense. You know what I mean? But let's face it, you didn't want to be the kid out there with the training wheels on your bike, so what the hell's a grown man buying that shit for? And that's basically the same thing when it crosses over to these side by sides. Unless it's, the grandparents coming to have fun with the family or whatever, what the hell are you doing? I mean, man the hell up.
Well, the best
ride
way
your machine.
The best way I've heard it described, Rob, is a snowmobile on wheels and tires instead of a track and skids.
Yeah.
And when you look at them, they pretty much are. As you get older and you start, okay, let's put it this way. You're getting older, you pull up to a red light and you forget to put your feet down to hold the bike up. Yeah, you probably need a Can-Am Spider or a Tri-Glide Harley. But, yeah, I agree, man. I rode motorcycles for quite a while, and the oddest thing I ever did was ride one of those Can-Am Spiders. I had a good friend of mine who, well, y'all have heard me talk about him, Frog. I think Scotsman might have met him. I know at least you know who he is because you've seen him on some of my videos.
Yeah.
But he bought one, and he's a big guy, and he got hurt on a motorcycle, and he wanted me to. He bought the thing, and took me to the dealership and made me drive it to his house. I'm like, "Are you serious? You're buying this thing and paying money for it, and you're not going to ride it home? How about I drive you down there and you ride your Can-Am Spider back?" He says, "No, I got to have it modified so I can ride it," because he had broken his leg, so he was going to have. Yes, he said they actually that is exactly what they are. They're evolved snowmobiles, but it's the oddest feeling when you're used to riding two wheels, and I don't know how to. I can't explain how different it is. I just can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I spent a bit of time on actual three wheelers. And that's a skill, especially when you got a tire that keeps losing air. So it feels different the longer you're on it, but that's a whole nother story. But but it's fun. It's a fun challenge. I prefer two wheels or four, but
Yeah, there's a reason they made them quit making those three wheelers, Rob. Those things.
yeah. Yeah, no, there's some brutal accidents with those. Yeah.
No, back in the day, we used to put big old spread axles on the rear of those things, and they were stable as all get out. I launched one. I was probably 10, 12 feet in the air, and felt like I was coming off of the thing. And in the process, I hammered the throttle, and it ended up shattering the piston in the air. Blew the damn thing up. But yeah, I used to run spread axle three wheelers all the time, and those things were an absolute blast. You couldn't hardly roll it if you tried.
I don't think I never tried like the spread axle, but some of the older Hondas, and my buddy like grew up fixing anything. Like parted together a Suzuki, I think it was, and we had a lot of damn fun. Yeah, his mom came looking for us a couple times, pretty pissed off because it was supposed to be a minute. you know how that goes as a kid.
Yep.
I remember the days of my mother walking out the house and yelling my name. I'm a little bit late. Just whatever. To be hollering. Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you're a kid and motors and gas and G forces get thrown into shit, time just kind of slips away a little bit.
Yeah. Like you said, the smell of that mixed gas.
Yeah. Can do wonders on a man, I tell you.
Yeah. Or a kid or a teenager.
Yeah. Growing young man, whatever. Yeah.
Check this out, y'all. Backman made us some ammo boxes.
Yeah, he did. They're pretty damn cool too.
And mine has my name on it. Thanks, Backman. Hope you're still out there. Yeah, most Friday nights, when we're doing the live stream, Macman's still at work, and I understand he's 2 hours behind us time wise, but it's getting to be, 9 o'clock or maybe even later, and he's just now popping into the side chat.
Yeah, I always forget he's a couple hours behind.
Yeah, it's the he said it's a tri-glide, Harley tri-glide. That's what they call it. Then there's a company here just outside of our town. It's between Rome and the Alabama line. Thanks for this, Mac, man. That's awesome, man. And these right here will fit in your ammo can, whereas what I've been using, these things, you can see the difference in the size. That won't fit in a 50 cal ammo can, but this one I think will. Not tested it yet, but I'm confident. But yeah, MacMan works late and he works hard, and it's a team effort because while we're out there shooting and Mac's dragging her all over the countryside to go shooting with a bunch of rednecks, she's actually doing work. And she's out there doing paperwork and accounting, sending bills. And yeah, he did well for that. You guys that have, or if you're thinking about getting into that 3D printing stuff, you can do a lot of stuff in a lot of different aspects of your life with those things. There's a lot of gun stuff you can do, a lot of reloading stuff you can make. I got a collection of this stuff. Some of
Print
it.
your own credit cards.
You probably could.
Yeah,
you probably could. No, I got those from MacMan, and thanks MacMan for that as well. I got some stuff from Papa Lash. It's probably about a year or so ago. He gave me a couple different things. Yeah, man, 3D printing. There's a lot of options out there. Tin Man sent me a couple different things too.
Yeah, Tinman made me an attachment for my Lyman Case Prep Express. It's like a shelf that goes on the back of it, and then you got more room to put different attachments in, and that's really cool.
Yeah, he made me a wrench, couple wrenches just to help out because there's some of these things that we have. It's hard to either get the tool you need or you got to spend a lot of money to get the tool you need.
I'm
You guys ever make any of your tools?
What's that?
You guys ever make any of your tools? You ever have to fabricate something up?
I've modified stuff to work for what I needed it. Like, for example, I was replacing what I call mainsprings. I guess you'd call them firing pin springs in a double barrel shotgun. And I had to make, I went to Harbor Freight and bought a pair of channel lock pliers and then got it on the grinder and modified it to where it would fit and actually compress those springs. And that was in my, I've used it twice now. I used it in my Stevens 5100 and in my ATI Road Agent. And it worked beautifully for both of them.
Nice. Done a bit of that stuff. I think it honestly stems from just being poor or cheap and not wanting to make the tool. But sometimes you're just, the store's an hour away or something. You know what I mean? It's if you can figure it out, sometimes it works out, almost even better. Genius. A couple alterations to a wrench or something like that, and you'd really be surprised. Yeah,
no, I'm kind of like Jamie. I've done alterations here and there and stuff like that. I'm not a welder or anything like that, so I haven't made any of my own stuff, but I have done alterations to make different things that out of something else.
I would love to be able to weld and own a lathe and a milling machine.
To do it all, sure. But still, I think it's definitely still a plus to be able to think out of the box like that and go buy a pair of pliers and make them into what you need, So, I mean, you might have had a spare pair right at your house, didn't even have to leave. But just again, just a lot of times thinking out of the box can really kind of save your bacon or get you out of a jam. Tend to find a lot of times people overthink things sometimes, Sometimes
Yeah,
the
they do.
simplest shit is just what works,
No, and it's when you're deep in the thick of it, you got to sit there and try and figure out what's going to work. You don't want to think too hard on it, but it's if you can modify something, modify it.
Yeah, make something work for your needs at the time. Not stating it's the best tool, or maybe you shouldn't go replace your original or something, but get you out of a jam, or if you only do something, I don't know, twice a year, and what's the big deal? If you can make your own, save yourself some money.
For that particular tool I was talking about, I don't even know that there's an option if there's an actual gunsmithing tool made for that. I'm sure there has to be, because that is the most aggravating thing to try to do is replace firing pins and a double barrel shotgun. You have to put those springs back on there, and they have to be right, and they have to be in the right place. It's a pain in the rear end. But
yeah, I guarantee there is probably a tool out there. I don't know what it's called, but I guarantee there is one.
I'm gonna go look it up.
A lot of times, in my opinion, they want a lot of damn money for these tools. Even like I'm thinking a lot about auto too. Like, it's.
Oh, they do. I mean,
It
you
can
look
be
at
difficult decisions, like how often are you going to use it? But then you got to ask the quality of the job. In some cases, it's worth paying more because you almost can't fuck it up if you do it. You know what I mean? But at other times, it's like, I got no problems pressing wheel bearings in on my bike. Like I've done it 100 times. You know what I mean? I don't know. So do I want to go buy a press for that? I don't know. If I did bigger vehicles, it would make sense.
No, and I get it. I've bought a lot of tools over the years where I need it for one job. Am I gonna need it again sometime down the road? Maybe. Something I'm gonna use a lot? Probably not. But at the end of the day, it makes more sense for me to buy it than not buy it. If I have to go rent a tool or whatever, it's going to probably end up costing me more just to rent it versus buying it.
Plus, if you got to go back and rent it every 3-4 years, then going to buy it once.
I got no problem investing in tools. Like I've got so many tools that I bought over the years that I've only used a handful of times, but I'd rather invest in the tool and have it and not need it, and it be there when I do.
Yeah. So that's what I like, with Harbor Freight. Like an example would be an inner tie rod puller. Sure, you can order nice ones, whatever. But, it's not something I do every day or a daily thing. You know what I mean? The one they sell works perfectly fine. And I think it was like $30 or something, so. Yeah, I just bought theirs, and it works fine. So even their ball joint press, that thing works fine. So as long as you don't do something stupid like try to press out one that's not pressable,
Right.
People don't get, but but if you use it like it's supposed to, it works fine. And what was it, like $30? So I don't know. Some of this, right? I'm glad we have that Harbor Freight range available sometimes.
Well, and I've bought some stuff from Harbor Freight that's way better than some of your high dollar stuff. You know, you don't know until you go out and you actually try it. But I literally have some tools that I've bought from Harbor Freight that cost less than $20, and they're better than the high end stuff, that claim they're this, that, the other, and they're way better, and they're $20.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, we're getting close to that time. We'll start going through the room. Rob, what you got going on, man?
Not much. Just surviving. I'd stayed. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And it's nice to see Scotsman actually showed up to do a show this week. So I figured he was doing community service or something last week. But if you want to believe his sad excuse, I guess you're welcome to.
You can believe my sad excuse of me being in pain and laying down and.
You should have watched how you were talking to her, and she wouldn't have kicked your ass. But you knew that. I don't know what to tell you. But no, thanks for joining us. Thanks for having me. Eat a salad, and don't take any shit, but don't be a dick either. Yeah.
There you go. Couldn't say it better myself. It's well said. For once. Jamie, what you got going on, brother?
Back to work in the morning, man. Gotta hit it and get it. Don't know how much longer we're going to be doing that, but at some point you gotta decide how many more quality years you got. So, and how you want to be spending them, and that's where I'm at. So, thanks for having me, guys. Y'all check us out Friday nights, 8:00. Georgia Shooting Connection channel for the Friday night live stream. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, bro. Always good seeing you. Good seeing you out there in the side chat. Appreciate on jumping in. Appreciate all your comments out there. We don't always get to put all your comments up, but we try. So we do appreciate you folks out there. With that being said, Allen, please take us out right.
Oh man, I don't know what the deal was, but apparently the YouTube feed and the show feed on the chat, at least on my side of the house, did something funky, and so they weren't all jiving together. But nevertheless, thank you everybody for joining us. Next week, we're going to have a scheduled itinerary of discussions. And every 2 3/4 minutes, we're going to change subjects. But they're all going to evolve around plots to Gilligan Island TV shows. So do your homework, and we might play some trivia games and have everybody win prizes that are worth absolutely nothing and will cost entirely too much to ship, especially if you drive a diesel. Nevertheless, keep them magazines loaded and one in the chamber.